look at that.
Oh, the umbrella's inside.
The umbrella's in.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the most delicious bake-off creations that we wanted to climb into the TV to get our hands on.
It's such a beautiful flavour. It's creamy and it feels luxurious.
Number 10, the Bread Lion.
If Aslan ever needs facial reconstructive surgery, you're the man.
In Series 6's Bread Week, Paul gave them the difficult task of making a sculpture from bread. They were required to use 3 different types of bread dough, and all had their designs sorted, but one stood out from the crowd, Paul's lion.
That is one of the best things I've seen in bread ever. Wow. That is absolutely fantastic.
Baking isn't always about making sweet treats, and plenty of savoury options end up being just as delicious.
The detail that you've done, the almonds in the claws.
Though it seems like a travesty to cut into that lion's face, it did look incredible, with even Paul Hollywood saying that it was so technically complex that he would have been scared to try it himself. It was a massive success, and we'd love to taste that dough.
That is packed with flavour.
Very, very good indeed.
I'm pleased.
Number 9, Illusion Cakes.
It's a katsu chicken fillet. It's made out of Rice Krispies and marshmallows.
The first showing of Illusion Cakes on this list, this challenge from Series 8 remains extremely memorable. All the cakes look divine. Pancakes, a watermelon, and even a cheeky BLT.
Absolutely astonishing. You wouldn't think that wasn't bread, would you?
But for our money, Jan's banana ramen cake was the one that made us the hungriest. She made what looked like a traditional chicken katsu fillet with eggs, ramen, and even little balls of juice to mimic orange fish roe. Truly, it was a work of genius.
I think what you produced there is a work of art. I love the way you've used the Rice Krispies, and then the eggs look incredible.
According to Prue and Paul, it tasted great too, but it was a little dry. The most visually amazing moment though was the bright red watermelon cake. Nobody could believe their eyes when it was sliced into.
I'm dying to see what it looks like inside.
Oh.
I want some with the chocolate in.
Number 8, Christmas Feast.
Don't leave us alone. Don't leave us alone with it, Rosie. We'll eat it.
More illusion cakes. These ones were for the Great Christmas Bake Off, when the best bakers of series past come back to flex their muscles. They were asked to make cakes that looked like a Christmas dinner, and these meals really did make us hungry.
This is really, really good.
Thank you.
Some of the best illusion stuff we've seen in the tent.
Rosie's plate looked gorgeous, with an entire roast turkey and 2 heaped plates with all the trimmings, sprouts, carrots, Yorkshire puddings, mash, gravy, everything.
And you know what? I can't help myself. I just want this to be mash and gravy. But it's delicious as a mousse.
Our stomachs were rumbling when we finally saw it, but it's hard to tell whether we were craving Christmas dinner or the chocolate orange cake it actually was when Paul and Prue cut into it.
I really think the texture is absolutely lovely, and I love the buttercream.
Amazing job. Really, I can't fault it.
Number 7, the Kawaii Cakes.
Traditionally in Japan, they'll be using something like an angel cake or a chiffon cake. So very light, sharp, professional, but it's got to look cute and taste good.
In this showstopper challenge, the group was challenged to make a cute and delicious cake. Some of the ideas were extremely elaborate, like the shuttlecock and the upside-down pineapple. Our favourite though was Dave's Shiba Inu themed cake, inspired by his own pet dog.
My dog is Japanese, so
Yes, isn't he?
he's a Japanese Shiba Inu. My dog's name is Yoki, which is short for Yokohama.
Perhaps it was doomed though, since he went with matcha flavouring. While popular, especially in Japan, matcha is Paul Hollywood's mortal enemy. His dislike of the flavour is well known. Still, he managed to overlook the matcha and complimented Dave thoroughly, as did Prue. It certainly made us want a nice cup of green tea and maybe a Shiba Inu of our own as well.
I wouldn't have thought rosewater and matcha would be a good combination, but they are.
I think you've done a decent job with the flavours and the overall look.
Number 6, picnic spreads. They filmed Bake Off at the height of summer, so being asked to prepare a summer picnic spread couldn't have come at a better time.
Now we need the pie.
This is leeked onion with Yorkshire fennel, and there's also mint in there.
They were asked to take advantage of the UK's seasonal ingredients, presenting dishes that were all extremely different. The requirements were to make mini cakes, veggie pies and sandwiches, and every single one sounded tasty when they were finished.
Well, let's try your sandwiches, these massive sandwiches.
Heaven.
Oh, good.
And you've put a bit of mustard in there,
Yes, I
haven't
did,
you?
yeah.
Gives it just a little kick. It's really nice.
You can't go wrong with hot pies, sandwiches full of fresh ingredients, and of course, bite-sized cakes. What we wouldn't give to be invited along to these picnics. The Bake Off crew really are lucky for getting to scoff the leftovers.
He's going to say he's never had those flavours before in a sandwich.
He's right. It's unusual. It's really delicious. It's got exactly the right texture.
Number 5. Biscuit Animals.
I'm continuing with my New Zealand theme, so this is going to be a New Zealand lamb.
Sculpting out of bread or cake is hard enough, but building things out of biscuit might be even trickier. In this showstopper challenge from Series 10, they were asked to build animals out of biscuits, making cats, sheep, and even a chicken. All were fantastic to look at, but that sheep, it was covered in macarons with a shortbread fence, making it incredibly tempting.
Looks great.
Thank you.
There's a very big sheep in a very small field. It's very sweet.
Macarons alone are enticing enough, but attached to the adorable sheep, and we would have loved a taste.
I think the macarons have done a fantastic job.
Lovely.
They do taste great.
That shortbread is really citrusy and sharp and lovely.
The gingerbread cat was also wonderful, until Paul brutally chopped off its ear and ate it in front of Steph, that was.
Oh, dear.
It's nice and thin. It snaps beautifully. Good kick of ginger at the end.
Number 4. Chocolate peanut butter puddings.
Baking time, that's what it's all down to, and I had no idea.
How long?
In this technical challenge, Paul asked them to make chocolate peanut butter puddings, giving the bakers only an hour and staggered arrival times.
Could have done with a touch more filling, but I must say it's not bad.
While not all of them pulled it off, we were dreaming of those puddings from the moment Paul cut open the molten cakes he'd made earlier to show how it was meant to be done.
So what we've got is a chocolate molten cake with a beautiful peanut butter filling, which oozes out when you cut it. These are designed to be eaten hot, straight from the oven.
They were staggered so that it was trickier for them all to work out exactly how long they needed, since the cooking time was absolutely crucial.
The undisclosed bake time for Paul's recipe is 10 minutes.
Like 20 to 15 minutes.
No idea. No idea.
8 minutes.
I'm going to say it's probably about 35 minutes.
Even the ones that came out bad still looked like they tasted phenomenal though, and we'd have gladly eaten the lot.
Whoa, it's not cooked.
It is underbaked.
If you like undercooked
Chocolate
cake
sponge.
mixture,
Yeah.
you'd like it.
Number 3. Quarantine Florentines.
I am making quarantine Florentines for my grandparents because it is their favourite biscuit.
In this signature challenge from Series 11, the bakers were asked to make a tray of Florentines. Lottie's easily sounded the tastiest, including pistachios, almonds, coconut, ginger, cherries, and of course, lots of chocolate, as required by the brief.
That sounded crunchy, didn't it? And I've cooked them for a little bit longer today, which I think is giving me a good snap.
They looked fantastic, and even Paul Hollywood agreed, giving Lottie one of his coveted Hollywood handshakes. We'd absolutely love to make these treats at home, as they're easily some of the best Florentines we've ever seen.
A bit of a snap.
It's chocolatey, it's nutty. Love the sour cherry. It's delicious.
The ginger and the cherry with the dark chocolate is just fantastic.
If only the viewers at home had been able to take some of her batch of 36 so that everybody could enjoy the flavours.
Well done.
Thank you.
Number 2. Coconut meringue nests.
I bake my meringues in a mold. Yeah, I've practiced it loads of times, but every time they crack.
In the 2024 series, 20-year-old Dylan astounded everybody with the high quality of his bakes. In Dessert Week, they were making meringue nests, something always tricky because of how fragile meringues are.
So now I have 12. Yes! Okay, now I'm happy.
Dylan made the brave choice of piping his meringue mixture into a mould and hoping that this time they didn't crack. It paid off, and he presented a batch of perfect hemispherical meringues. They were then decorated to look like coconut shells and packed full of coconut flavour.
They look spectacular. It does look like coconut.
You've got texture, flavour, look of it.
Both Prue and Paul loved them, and he, too, got a handshake and continued to astound throughout the week with his spotted dick and tiramisu.
It's a gorgeous box.
Well, it's neat as a pin. They're really beautiful.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 1. Chocolate balls.
Well, this one, the practice was different because all the balloons keep popping on my face. It is a very tricky process.
It's always a challenge to work with chocolate since it needs to be kept cool enough that it doesn't melt until you actually want it to, of course. In this showstopper challenge, the contestants were asked to make giant chocolate balls, each containing a surprise cake that wouldn't be revealed until the chocolate melted.
No excuses, it melted.
It looks like it was too thin. Particularly white chocolate has to be quite robust.
It was devastating when Bryonies ended up melting, while Rahul, the eventual winner, put together something tremendous.
We only wanted one globe, you've done 2. And it's very elegant. It's very Rahul.
You should have like 7-layer opera cake.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
The opera cakes inside were all excellent as well, full of interesting flavours and unforgettable designs. Undoubtedly, they were some of the most interesting showstoppers we've ever seen.
I think the dome is spectacular. The shine you've gotten at the temperature of the chocolate, the colour works as well.
Let us know in the comments which bake-off recipe you've made at home.
I mean, it really is very difficult to believe that that's not pancakes.
Yeah, I think it's a genius.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.